We got a nice cool breezy day today. It's been raining pretty good for the past couple of days here in the area, and it is really wet out. The air's still got quite a bit of dampness in it. Even the wood that's in the firewood shed has still got a damp feel to it, so I have to dig into the pile a bit to get some decently dry wood to make kindling out of. I've got newspaper in the cabin, and I brought that out, and it was out probably for only a couple minutes, and by the time I got to it, it was already starting to feel damp, so really starting to absorb the moisture in the air. We've got quite a bit of rain over the past couple of days, like a steady drizzle, sometimes downpour, but throughout the day it's a steady drizzle. We kind of needed this rain back in May when it was super hot and dry. We were under that provincial fire ban for the month of May. And then June happened and it opened up. We've been getting consistent rain since then, mixed with nice days, but it's been overall a very muggy and humid summer here, which is alright. Garden's come along nicely. See the squash are coming along. We've got a few pumpkins coming, and it looks like the tomatoes are starting to take off. Potatoes, I'm not sure. They're just potato plants, so we'll find out in when we harvest them here in September, see how well they did. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with the wood saw mill, putting the controls together and doing the fine tuning and the small detail type stuff. It's an excellent day to have a fire though. Well, we have something special here today. It's the Bluetti B230 expansion battery, and it's exactly what it sounds like, an expansion battery. It'll take the AC 200P and double its capacity from 2,000 watt hours up to over 4,000 watt hours. Because this unit here is, I think it's rated at 2,048 watt hours. And all it is an expansion battery itself. You do have some stuff on the side here for DC power. It will not do AC stuff, so like lights, plug-in tools, etc. But that's alright. It's in addition to the AC 200P, which will take care of that. So with that, you just take the AC 200P, stack it on top, and there's a plug that you use to plug to connect both of them, and that will double your output. Now this is the cable that comes with the B230 expansion battery, and this particular cable I think is designed for the AC 200 Max, which is the upgraded version of this. But to get this battery to fit with the two AC 200P, there's a separate cable that comes with it, and this cable here will adapt this 200P to this 230 expansion battery. And all you do is you take the cable that comes with the AC 200P and you mate it to this cable here. Just like so. Now, with the cable that comes with the expansion battery, this big one here, not as long, not as flexible. You have more options how you want to configure these two units together. You don't have to stack them. Like if I was to stack this expansion battery on top, I'd lose access to my wireless charging on the AC 200P. So you can more or less configure the two units depending on how you want to use the cable here. So with this configuration the way it is now, we've doubled your capacity to over 4,000 watt hours, and in an off-grid cabin situation it works well. power outage at your house, it'll work well. It'll give you that extra time for the power to come back on. And any other scenario, say you're out RVing, you're out in your van. I know a lot of people like to do the van camping. And there's probably all sorts of other different ways the guy can make use of this setup. Now, charging going to be similar to the AC200P. You can just use the charging block that comes with the AC200P and plug it into the wall. Or this unit does come with a DC adapter, a DC power pack that will take DC power and invert it, change it to AC. So you'll be able to use like deep cell batteries to charge it through that charging block. So with these two units now, I'm really looking forward to the time I can utilize it inside the cabin. Double my capacity, probably way more than what I need here, but I will not have to worry about running out of power for what I need. Really looking forward to trying it out in the winter. And that'll be another project. Finish insulating the cabin, put up my boards that I've made from the bandsaw mill, and then wire it. Not a lot of wiring, just an outlet and maybe a couple lights, but we will see what else. So this is one way I could have it situated. I planned on having the AC200P right here. It's convenient. Having it stacked like this is alright, but I lose access to my wireless charging on top of the AC200P. So what I might do is, because the cable is long enough, I'll be able to store the 230P, say, underneath the bed here, so I still have access to my wireless charging. Or I could put the 230 expansion battery underneath. But I've got quite a few options to what I can do with it with my cable here. The only thing is, if I leave the expansion battery underneath the bed, I lose access to the charging capabilities on the side here, the DC stuff. Now the wireless charging on top is not a big deal, losing that, because I do have DC charging with the expansion battery itself, so I'll just have to plug it in and wire, and I can, say, charge my phone on top or what have you. So a lot of configurations to do. I still got to figure out how I'm going to do that, but I'd like to have the units set up here and then kind of wire up this center post here and then expand from there. But that'll be after I get the cabin insulated and the boards up. But it does look pretty good where it's sitting. That is so good. Vegetable medley on the campfire. Can't beat it. Pan-fried salmon in a cast iron pan. It's perfect on a day like today. This is coho off the west coast of British Columbia, in Prince Rupert, I believe. A fella I know gave it to me to try. I do like salmon. So it's been a fairly mild day today. I think we're up to maybe plus 16, plus 17. Didn't get much warmer than the last time when I arrived here. It was plus 14 when I got here, so it's kind of hovering around that temperature. But it looks like it's kind of threatening to rain. I suspect it's going to rain sometime, maybe later on this evening. For now, it's holding off. I'm going to be getting on going with assembling the controls for the mill here after I have my lunch. And then we'll see what happens from that. I'm hoping to get the controls and the rest of the assembly finished today. I'm not sure about starting it up. I was perusing through the manual and the next few steps, and nothing looks overly complicated, so we'll have to see. I did bring some oil and some gas in case I did get to the point where I could start it up. But like I said, we'll have to play it by ear and see how far I get. I'm not sure. Not sure how easy it's going to be at the next few steps. It looks fairly simple in the book, but we'll have to see. Well, that's it, fully assembled. I got all the controls and the adjustments on, the lubrication tank's on, and everything's all tightened up. Still want to go over it one more time and ensure all the bolts are tight, all the fasteners and hardware. I checked the oil that I brought, and it's not the right type of oil, so I'm not going to throw in bad oil and risk damaging the engine, so I'll have to go get the right oil. This is oil I had at my house. I thought would work, but upon further investigation, I don't think it will. So we'll go get the right stuff and run it proper. But for now, I'm pretty happy where I'm at with this. It's fully assembled and ready to go. Just need to fill up the engine's oil and do the break-in procedure. Well, that'll do it for today. Today was my kind of day. I think we got it plus 17 or 18. Perfect temperature. Bugs weren't horrible either. It was a good day. Got the mill where I want it to be. It's all put together, fully assembled. It's got to throw some oil in it and fuel and start the break-in procedure for it. It says not to lubricate the blade for the first 30 minutes. Helps break in the belts or something like that. So that's what we'll do. And I'll read up on the Kohler manual and see what they require for an engine break-in time. Whether it's be it 30-40 minutes, an hour, or a certain amount of fuel. anyway, we'll get to it. It's coming along nicely. I'm gonna have to start collecting some logs around the property and get milling some wood. And I think the next project now would be to finish insulating the cabin, and then after that we can start milling some lumber and putting up the interior of the cabin so I can get it wired, so we can start running the Bluetti, get some lights and outlets on there, and then we'll be electrified. Things are coming together. Also spent some time watching my friend there, the marmot. He was hanging out in the brush pile beside the garden last time I was here. This time he was over in the back corner of the yard there. Kind of watched me plug away at the mill. So kind of sat there and watched him for a little bit, eat his grass. And he didn't seem too bothered by me. He must be used to me by now, working away in the yard here. So that's good to see. Glad to see the critters are out and about and enjoying themselves, living their life. Kind of happy I made those brush piles there for the critters like that. It's good habitat for them, and it just helps out. Also been looking around the property here, and I've seen a couple of trees I got to knock down. Probably do that here in the next trip or two. There's the poplars. I can't really do much with them. They're standing dead, so they're going to come down one way or another. So I might as well bring them down in a controlled fashion and make some firewood for the fire pit. Add to the collection. And I think at some point here in the next month or so I have to go get a couple of truckloads of spruce, buck them in the rounds and split them and get them seasoning for next year. I'm not sure how much. I got enough wood in the woodshed now for another winter for sure, but I'd like to start replenishing the stock while I can, and get it seasoning. It'll be seasoning for a good year if I fall this fall and process it and stuff like that. I was also thinking I would move the bucking stand over into the area where the wood mill is going to be. I'll just keep all my wood processing over there. Anyway, if you made it with me this far, I thank you. Talk to you later.